Today, I will share with you some of my tips on how to digest your cases quickly. If you do it right, you can finish digesting a case within 15 to 30 minutes. Before anything else, just a disclaimer. The individual behind this YouTube channel is a law student. This is not an attempt to present himself as an expert in the field, but merely an effort to share his knowledge. This lecture is merely a supplement to your study of this subject. It does not seek to replace your reading materials or contradict what your professors have discussed with you. So, what is a case? A case is a general term for an action, cause, suit, or controversy at law or in equity. It is a question contested before a court of justice. It is an aggregate of facts which furnishes occasion for the exercise of jurisdiction of a court of justice. So I know this is not the first time that you encounter the word case. Probably you are watching this video because you are currently having tons of cases on your plate and you are searching for tips on how to digest them quickly. Or it could be you are considering to study law and you want to know what to expect. So why is it important that we study the cases decided by the Supreme Court? Because under Article 8 of the new Civil Code, judicial decisions applying or interpreting the laws or the Constitution shall form part of the legal system of the Philippines. So that's the importance. We learned this as early as first year. The cases that we read forms part of the law of the land because that is under Article 8 of the new Civil Code. So why is it important also that we read the full text of these cases? According to Justice Leonen, as you read your first case, the neural connections in your brain are not yet fit to be able to understand the language of the law. But as you read in your first year, your first 10 and first 100 cases, your neural connections will eventually be connected. It will be so easy for you to browse these cases because your mind is ready to be able to capture the idea, to spot the issue, to understand and determine the phraseology, the nuance in the approach of a particular case. What you're trying to develop right now is that skill and that attitude. That is what will give you the power as a lawyer to represent others. So maybe you can use that to inspire yourselves one of these days. When you are really overwhelmed by all the work, sit down and imagine what it is that you will do with the law. Some might say that you can just use AI to digest your cases, but that's actually dangerous, especially if you are a first year law student. Why? Because you will not get used to reading long texts. What will happen? Tendency is you will have difficulty reading your textbooks too. Tendency is you will also have difficult in understanding the questions during your exams. So it's very important to read the cases in their full text. Just because everyone is relying on AI doesn't mean you will rely on AI too. Right is right even if no one is doing it, and wrong is wrong even if everyone is doing it. According also to Miriam Defensor Santiago, there is no substitute for hard work no matter what you say. If you are willing to work hard, you will become a success in your academic career. So let's go to the first tip. Like I said, read in full text. Do not rely solely on digested cases from the internet or from the book or from AI. Medyo gasgas na ito. Alam ko po, maraming beses na tayong sinabihan ng professor natin to read the cases in full text. But I would like to emphasize this from the perspective of a law student. Do this consistently. There is a guaranteed effect within a month. Okay? We know for a fact that some professors will not ask too technical questions during recitations, while some do. Correct? Now, what should be your approach? Will this mean that you can just obtain digested cases or use AI for those professors who are not asking technical questions during recitations? Of course not. Remember, there is no shortcut in the study of law. We have to embrace the fact that the study of law is inherently difficult. Pwede bang habang tumatagal tayo sa law school, mas tinatamad tayo? Of course not. As Miriam Santiago said, there is no substitute for hard work. So you really have work hard. When you read the cases in their full text, do this consistently, you will notice a huge difference. Mark my words. You will be surprised after doing this for a month. Your reading comprehension will radically improve and you will no longer struggle to read shorter cases. On top of that, you will also develop good writing skills. Take note, these cases were written by justices of the Supreme Court. That's why they are wonderfully written. Essentially, if you read these cases in their full text, you will adopt the writing techniques of Supreme Court justices. So, second tip, as soon as you open the case in its full text, press Ctrl F and type so ordered or wherefore. This is the first thing that you should do. Yung iba kasi kapag nakita nilang mahaba ang kaso, susukuan na nila. Maghahanap na sila ng digest online or gagamit na sila ng AI kasi nga sobrang haba ng case. But what what they don't realize is that the page that they are looking includes the separate opinion of the justices. Generally, you are not required to read the separate opinion of these justices unless your professor says otherwise. So, what should you read is the promulgated decision of the Supreme Court. How do you find this? So, let's say you are tasked to digest the case of Santiago versus Comelec. This is a landmark case in constitutional law. So, let's open Santiago versus Comelec. So, look at this. At the first glance, you will really presume that the case is very long. So, sasabihin mo na, naku, ang haba. Maghahanap na lang ako ng digest online. Gagamit na lang ako ng AI. Correct? But what if I tell you that what you are presuming is actually false? It's actually false because if you press Ctrl F and type so ordered or wherefore, see, yan lang. Again, you are not required to read the separate opinions of the Supreme Court justices. What you are required to read are the decisions promulgated by the Supreme Court. Why? Because again, they form part of the legal system of the Philippines. Okay? So, separate opinions does not have the same effect. Pero teka, kahit yan lang babasahin mo, mahaba pa rin. Correct? I get it. But then again, what we want is to condense the full text. That's why this will lead us to tip number 3. Have a glance on the entire text. See how the case was written. So don't just begin reading. Okay? Pakiramdaman mo muna. Just quickly scroll and check the writing style of the justice, how the paragraphs were written, how they were structured, how many are the material dates, whether those material dates are essential for you to understand the case, among others. The purpose of this is to have an initial idea on how the case was written, at the same time, on how challenging would it be for you to comprehend them. This is important because your brain will tell you that you have to be focused when reading. Basically, sinasabihan mo ang utak mo na huwag lumipad habang nagbabasa ka. By this time, you should already have an idea on how long really is the case that you are required to read. So let's go to the fourth tip. See who are the parties to the case. Then read the dispositive portion of the case. These two are related. In every case, there is a petitioner. The petitioner is the one who is bringing the action to the Supreme Court. And there is the respondent, the one who is being pleaded by the petitioner in bringing the action to the Supreme Court. That's very basic. So let's go to the case of Republic versus Manalo. So let's say in this case, who is the petitioner? The petitioner is the Republic of the Philippines. You can see that in the screen. Republic of the Philippines, comma, petitioner. Now, who is the respondent? Marilyn Tanedo Manalo. Correct? So you will know from here who actually won this case by looking at the dispositive portion. So it says here, denied. Okay? What does this mean? Ibig sabihin, talo si petitioner. Correct? So talo si petitioner, in other words, panalo si respondent. Why is it important? Because if you already knew who won the case, you will easily understand the arguments of the parties. Because you already have an idea on whose argument is tenable and whose argument is untenable. Correct? So when you read the arguments of the parties, focus more on who won the case. Okay? So let's go to the fifth tip. Read the first paragraph of the case. So after knowing the parties, after reading the dispositive portion, read now the first paragraph of the case because this contains the overview of what happened. Okay? So we are still in the case of Republic versus Manalo. Now take a look at the highlighted phrases. What can we see from here? In the first paragraph, it says there, this is a petition for review on certiorari under Rule 45 from the resolution of blah blah blah, the Court of Appeals. Correct? So basically, in this part, the Supreme Court is quoting the dispositive portion of the Court of Appeals. So what did the Court of Appeals say in its dispositive portion? As, as you can see on the screen, it reversed and set aside the decision of the regional trial court. So we know that this case was originally filed in the RTC, or the regional trial court. It was appealed before the Court of Appeals, then it was appealed again before the Supreme Court. See, by simply reading the first paragraph, you already have an idea on why we have the case before us. How did the case reach the Supreme Court? That already is a material fact. So if you are asked during recitations, you can already answer. So let's go to the sixth tip. Go back to your syllabus. What do I mean by this? Your syllabus will reveal what topic you should focus on. You see, in every case, several topics are discussed. Sometimes your case is assigned under the topic of marriage. For example, the case of Republic versus Manalo. But the case has an extensive discussion also about remedial law. So if your case is assigned under the topic of marriage, focus on the topic of marriage. You are no longer required to take note of the remedial law topics extensively. So let's go to the seventh tip. Make your digest in a manner that you can easily understand depending on your learning style. There is a stigma that your case digest should only be one page, but that is actually wrong. Every person has a different learning style. So if you think that you can better learn by quoting the text of the case, then do it. Because at the end of the day, you are making your own digest, not the digest of anyone, your own digest. So you are going to use that digest in preparation for your exam. So if you cannot understand your very own digest, what will you use? How will you pass your exams? There's actually no ironclad rule on how long your case digest should be. So long as you can understand your case, so long as you can retain what you read, that's entirely fine. Let's go to the eighth tip. Once you have the facts and issue, the ruling would be easy. Like we said, the Supreme Court cases are there. We study the Supreme Court cases because they form part of the legal system of the Philippines, correct? So of course, the ruling would involve a lot of technical or legal terms. If you are going to paraphrase the ruling part, it would be very dangerous. Why? Because in law, to change a word means to change the entire meaning. What am I trying to say here? Once you already have your facts, once you already have your issue, you will just copy the ruling and paste it to your notes. In other words, you can paraphrase the facts, you can paraphrase the issue, but not the ruling. Let's go to the ninth tip. To digest a case is one thing, to study it is another. What do I mean by this? Minsan, bubong-bubo na tayo sa sarili natin. Dahil nabasa nga natin ang kaso, wala naman tayong maalala. That's totally fine. Why? To digest a case is one thing, to study it is another thing. You really cannot retain everything at once. So it's totally fine if you cannot retain everything the first time you read a case. Your purpose now is to make your digest and not to study the cases. That's why it's very crucial that you know how to digest your cases quickly. Because if you can finish your syllabus early, you can have plenty of time to study them. So that is the importance of why we should digest our cases quickly, more or less 30 minutes, so that we can have plenty of time to study it. My last tip, do not scroll through social media during breaks. Nothing else should matter now other than your readings. You have to be 100% focused on what you are doing. When you are digesting a case, you are also building your momentum to stay focused. Now, if during breaks you scroll through social media, then your momentum will restart. Tendency is your attention span will radically decrease. So, yung attention span mo kanina, natatagal sana ng 1 to 2 hours, babalik sa 15 minutes. I hope I am making sense. So, during your break, the wisest thing to do is to drink coffee, drink water, do light exercises, do stretching, bathroom breaks, anything, but avoid social media. Thank you for listening. I hope it helps. May your love for the law remain strong as always. Maraming salamat po.